Ryan Garcia got drama going on now as he, according to VADA, pops dirty for a couple performance-enhancing substances. Gervonta Davis, however, comes to his defense and claims conspiracy. Let's talk about that in this video. First and foremost, let me tell you, God don't like ugly. Man, this has been one of the wildest circumstances and wildest fights to take place in a long time, both inside the ring and outside the ring, with both Ryan Garcia and Devon Haney having big wins and taking big L's. Devon Haney took a big L in the ring, and Ryan Garcia, it appears, could be on his way, and trust me when I tell you, could be on his way to a big L outside the ring, as VADA says that he has popped for some specific type of performance enhancements. Interesting thing, though, is Gervonta Davis comes to Ryan Garcia's defense almost immediately. Before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Man, this is some major wildness out here. OK, Ryan Garcia beats up Devon Haney. Now he pops dirty. News came out. Dan Rayfield broke it yesterday. Dan Rayfield, very respectable journalist, came out with the fact that VADA says that a sample that was taken right before the fight with Devon Haney and right after the fight with Devon Haney came in dirty. Won't give you the names of the particular substances. One he popped for, the other one is still being analyzed for something else. I have no doubt that the second one is going to come in dirty too. Gervonta Davis's take, though, to me, I thought was like, wow, we got a lot of conspiracy going on in the world, man. And when I'm saying a lot of conspiracy, I'm not talking about conspiracy theory. I'm talking about the theories and actual ones as well. Now, what Gervonta Davis says is, man, basically says they're trying to find a way to protect Devon Haney and trying to do something to help Devon Haney get his career back. At first glance, seems like, man, it seems kind of salty. Can't lie, Gervonta, that seems real salty, especially since Gervonta Davis himself had said before Gervonta fought Ryan that Gervonta thought that Ryan had used some of those performance enhancements. Same thing, Calvin Ford, who's the trainer for Ryan, had said he believed and said in an interview that he thought Ryan had been using something. And he said, look at his body at this stage, look at his body after the fight, at different times, and said, just look at it, connect the dots, and you see this guy was on something, right? Mm-hmm. So seems to me to be inconsistent. However, you know me, I look for consistencies, because just because you don't see the consistency doesn't mean it's not there. You just got to look at it and say, okay, how can these two things jive together? Before I tell you that, though, let me tell you that of a circumstance that happened with a sprinter in the early and mid 1980s, Jamaican sprinter by the name of Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson was set the world record, just a crazy world record in the 100. And then after that, he popped. And the gold medal went to Carl Lewis, and they took it away from Ben Johnson. Years later, Ben Johnson did a documentary in which Ben Johnson admitted that he was on using performance enhancers. He admitted that he was using performance enhancers. But the funny thing said is he wasn't on them then. He said, and he maintains this to this day, that somebody spiked his sample. So basically, it's kind of like the O.J. Simpson situation, and I've kind of felt like this in law school when I was in evidence, taking evidence class. And I watched that whole thing with O.J. Simpson very closely. Is that O.J. Simpson was a guilty man that got framed. And police will do that. You can frame a guilty man. So in the case of Ben Johnson saying I was a guilty man, but they framed me. Somebody put something in my sample. And that's how I popped. There's no way that I popped for that at that particular time. And he's being very upfront and honest about the fact that he had been using it. And that's how he got these incredible gains and started running these incredible times, right? So with that in mind, and you sync up with what Gervonta Davis is saying, and which is I don't quite believe the timing of this. This seems pretty like pretty stupid thing for him to do, and because at this point in time, most people that. There's more plates. I think more plates, more dates, something like that. It's a YouTube channel where it's a guy's into fitness, into bodybuilding, is always talking about the different stacks that other athletes are on. And one of the things that was said, if it wasn't by him directly, it was somebody on the show, was like, in order to get popped nowadays for these things, you have to be stupid. In order to even get popped, you have to be stupid. So because there's so many ways to get over it. There's so many ways there are so many things that are undetectable. Just like Victor Conti said, that there's a bunch of stuff that's undetectable. And so, you can make these, custom things for people and for them to get over. So that's the only consistency in which I can see situation where I can say, okay, maybe that's what Gervonta Davis is thinking. However, I got to tell you, man, boxing is super sports, not just boxing. Sports is super dirty. Super dirty. NFL, NBA, MLB, MMA, boxing. It's just the performance, because the money that's in the sport, and the fact that there's not enough money for testing is keeping all this stuff behind, keeping people able to do this. However, let's also understand about Ryan that there's a good chance that he's not going to get punished for this, and that they're going to say that they cannot prove that he intentionally took it. That's what happened with a bunch of other people. They're like, hold on, it's in my system, but it's also in these particular supplements that I'm taking. No, I didn't do it intentionally. So if they don't do it intentionally, the athletic commissions and the WBC probably going to throw it out and say, hey, man, we can't prove that he did this intentionally, especially if you can find things that look like this in particular supplements that you take. But at the end of the day, shady business. Gervonta Davis sound a little salty, but hey, man, what can you say, man? It is what it is, and we'll see how it plays out. Please let me know how you think, what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.